What up, YouTube? Back with another video. This video is going to be called Black Man, Do You Need Mental Help? Volume 4. And I'm going to continue these series probably for perpetuity because I see so many so called black men who need to understand the importance of taking control of their own mental health, not for just what the mainstream media wants you to say because it's important for you to get in touch with your quote unquote feelings, but it's important that you understand what you're here for and the purpose that you have on this planet. Because I just want to say here, so many so-called black young boys are being told that their value only comes from being an entertainer or an athlete. And so many brothers, they grow up thinking that they're not valued if they're not playing a ball or if they're not rapping or they're not doing something or making a lot of money. And let me just say this, as a so-called black man, your value is not in how high you jump or how fast you run or how well you rhyme words together or how much money you make. I don't care what other people may say. Your value comes in because you are made in the image of the Most High. He is the one that gives you value. He's the one that gives you um, a sense of being, of what belonging while you're here on this earth. It's not validation from other people. They don't matter. At the end of the day, they don't matter. You should be worried about how the Most High sees you rather than how other people see you, because that's what it's about. A lot of our mental issues come from these fake expectations and these fake peer pressure that these people try to place on us when they don't even care about you. So we have to stop worrying about validation from other people and worry about getting validation from the Most High. But this goes into this story about John Wall, who is the point guard in the NBA, former Washington Wizards. He talk about how he has been on an emotional roller coaster, basically had thoughts of suicide after he tore his Achilles. He hasn't played much of the NBA in the last few years. So this is a video that went viral on Twitter. I'm just going to play it and I'm going to chime in. What have the last two and a half years been like for you? Darkest place I've ever been in. I mean, at one point in time, I thought about committing suicide. I mean, just tearing my Achilles, my mom being sick, my mom passing, my grandma passed a year later. All this in the midst of COVID at the same time. Me going to the chemotherapy and sitting there, me seeing my mom take her last breath, wearing the same clothes, but the 3 days straight laying on the couch beside her. You know what I mean? Like, all those sacrifices, not having the greatest support family behind me, my team, the mother of my kids, my two boys, is my motivation for me. So, like, looking at all that, I'm like, if I can get through this, I can get through anything in life. And I don't like to brag about it, saying that, like, everybody goes through something. You know, we all went through tough times, nobody got it easy. But I don't think a lot of people could get through what I went through. And for me to be back on top where I want to be and see the fans still want me to play, having support from my hometown, this support period means a lot. In the time where I had to go find a therapist, a lot of people think I don't need help, I can get through it any times, but you got to be true to yourself and find out what's best for you. And I did that. Kudos to the brother for admitting that he needed mental help instead of, taking it out in some type of abuse, whether it be substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, or whatever. But that's good that the brother recognized his problem. He was able to get help. There are a lot of brothers like that who are going through family problems, especially in this quote unquote pandemic the last few years. A lot of people are going through a lot of issues and have family problems where people were getting sick or even who died. So it's important that brothers understand their limitations for their mental faculties. There are some brothers who really do need to be on medication. My best medication I recommend is the scriptures because the scriptures gives us a good understanding on life and how things should be and how things are. But there are a group of brothers out here who the Most High is in dealing with on a spiritual level, and they need to be medicated or they need to seek a therapist or a counselor. I recommend that for anybody who needs that because we live in an environment where they really do want men, but particularly the so-called black men, to feel disenfranchised and to feel like a victim and vulnerable. And if they aren't able to break him down mentally, they want him to break himself down mentally. So it's important that we are able to survive in any way possible that we can in this environment. Um, so just reading a little bit about this article. Um, Wall was selected by the Washington Wizards as the first overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft. He spent nearly a decade of his career with the team and was five-time NBA All-Star during this time. He tore his Achilles tendon in 2019, could not play for 12 months. Despite that timeline expiring amid the NBA's bubble season during the COVID-19 pandemic, he did not finish the season with the Wizards and was traded to Houston Rockets in 2020. He did not play much during his time with the Rockets due to a knee injury in 2022. He signed a 2-year, $13.2 million contract with the Los Angeles Clippers. He is now averaging 20.6 points per game, 6.9 assists, and 3.2 rebounds, according to the NBA. So it's good. The brothers bouncing back, so that's good. That's a good thing that the brothers able to, overcome that and just continue to be a decent player in NBA. But again, I tell brothers all the time, man, your value doesn't come from being an entertainer or an athlete. Your value comes by being a man at the most high place you're here to be. And, you know, we have to seek his validation. We have to seek what's important from the most high's perspective, not from these other people. Because a lot of brothers, they feel like once they're not able to express their physical prowess or their be the athlete or the entertainer that they aspire to be in their early 20s, they think they're a failure and they lose hope. But we can't allow that. We can't afford to do that. We always have to maintain and move forward and focus on the gifts that the Most High gave us. Not all of us are going to be Michael Jordan. Not all of us are going to be Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. We have to make sure that we use the abilities that we have because we all have abilities. We all have gifts. We just have to take the time to cultivate it and really shine that diamond that the Most High gave each and every one of us. We all have a gift, and we all have to do our best to make it shine the brightest the way that we can. All right. Hopefully we can monetize it. All right. Peace.